Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tiffany Benson, one part of Team Benson, and today we're gonna harvest some things! Okay guys, so last night something monumental happened. As you guys know, I love growing Minnesota midget cantaloupes. One, because they're so tiny and it's kind of like a conversation piece whenever somebody comes to my house, or if they're looking at my garden, or if they're just like, hey, let's have some fruit, and I'm like, okay, and I bring out this tiny little cantaloupe. So I picked it last night, probably like a couple hours earlier than what I would like to pick it, and it's because there was, you know, a bird looking at it, a gecko looking at it, and a bunny like, what's that? So I picked it. So this is the footage of that yesterday. Alright guys, so I'm going to pick the world's tiniest cantaloupe. I'm gonna do it, I probably should wait like another day, but I am gonna do it right now just because I had something eat my shishito peppers, and although it's lifted off the ground, I still don't want anything to eat my one cantaloupe, and I think it's done. Okay guys, so here it is. I waited to the end of the day and the whole thing you can see is now tan and yellow. That's usually when I pick them. I grew these last year and that's around the time I picked them, because usually if I waited a little bit later then it would fall off, and I do not want this to get eaten. Okay guys, this is the tiniest little cantaloupe and it smells so sweet. I wish there was like smell-o-vision, because you would be like, oh my god, Tiffany, that smells amazing. But let's enjoy these photos of me posing with the tiny cantaloupe. So isn't that just completely ridiculous? I know it was a bit extra, me doing a photo shoot, but why not? If you grow something this small, you probably should do a photo shoot with it, just because. But these are really amazing, guys. I'm gonna cut this open in a few minutes after I get done watering a little bit and picking everything else and taking it all inside. But these are really great because one, they're personal size, and two, you don't have to sacrifice growing fruit in your small space garden. Now, one of the reasons why I like growing these is because I don't have a lot of room back here. And this plant right here, which is my Minnesota midget plant, only takes up about 2 feet. And I can grow it on my big mini arch trellises, or I can grow it on my patio arch trellis, or I can just grow it in a tomato cage, which is what I did last year. So think about when you guys are planting your gardens and planting your small space gardens, think about what all you can plant in there, because you want to get as much as you can out of your small space. And you don't have to sacrifice growing fruit or any other things, because there's always different types of plants that you guys can find. I found these seeds on, I think it was Baker Creek. They do a lot of rare seeds and rare different vegetables and fruits. So take a look on there, look at what you can fit in your garden, because you can have just as much as everybody else can in their garden, which is a wide variety of foods. So these okras, guys, are going insane. Now, if you guys watched my video on how to get rid of ants, as you can see, my okra plants are completely ant-free. I'm actually going to be making a video too on how to get rid of spider mites organically as well, because I had spider mites on a couple of these, as you guys know, that my lavender plant infected that I bought. But I'm going to go ahead and pick these few okras. I have a couple of them gathering inside because I'm going to make a gumbo. So I also think it's time for this Armenian cucumber. It grew a little wonky, but I think that it's done. I'm going to go ahead and pick that one. Now guys, if you're having trouble with any of your plants flowering, like on this one, as you can see, the flowers died on here because it was getting too much sun. So just providing them with shade cloth, sometimes you might need a thicker shade cloth, but providing them with that will start you growing new flowers. So as you can see, all of these are new growth on the plant and new flowers. Now when preparing it for my monsoon garden, I took off all the bottom leaves off of it and kind of trimmed it up, and I trimmed off any other leaves that were having issues. I'm going to go through and maybe get off a couple of more of these that have spider mites. But as you can see, the plant is now starting to grow all new leaves and all new vines so that it can grow more Armenians. So guys, growing in the desert is going to come with a lot of challenges, but it's good challenges because our climate is actually pretty perfect to grow all year round. Like, you can grow things in the winter, you can grow things in the summer, even though it's triple digits. As you can see, I have a full garden and it's been 107 to 110 for the past couple of days, and well, actually for the past couple of months. And you can grow fall, spring, any given time. So, but it's all about making a microclimate, and that's something that is in your little space where your garden is. It's going to have a different climate than what the rest of Arizona has, or the rest of the desert has, or any other location that you're in. So one of the things that I really focus on is making sure I get enough shade cloth in the right positions so that it's actually cooler back here in my garden. I also use umbrellas to kind of help cool down that climate, and then just really making sure that I mulch with wood chips that are going to hold water, because that's also going to help cool down the soil too as well. So if you guys watch or follow me on Instagram, which I will put my handle right here, you will see that something has taken a liking to my shishito peppers. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the ones that I have right now. Now in the desert, these plants, which is a shishito pepper plant, grows so amazing. You can pick them pretty much at any size. It kind of depends on what type of flavor you like. Usually I like when they get really shiny like this, and sometimes they'll be longer, sometimes they'll turn red in the fall and in the spring, or the fall and the winter. But typically when they get shiny, that's how you know that they're ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick a couple of these, and then this is the one that got attacked. As you can see, as something ate a leaf, and then it's missing a lot of shishito peppers. Alright guys, so I have a cutting board, and I have a knife which is like 3 times the size of this little melon, and we are gonna cut it open. So I literally wait for these every single year because they are super sweet. Oh my god, they smell so good. And look at that, guys. A perfect little melon. And they cut just so easily. So let me get a piece off of here. And I will do a taste test. There should be at least one thing in your garden that just excites you more than anything. That is worth coming out here at 5 o'clock in the morning to garden before it's 100 degrees every single time. And what's nice about this is that I'm then just going to take this rind and put it in my worm bin and let my worms have a taste. So I'm going to sit here and eat probably all of this by myself. I might actually go get some salt because, you know, at the end of the day, I am a southern woman and I put salt on everything. But I want to encourage you guys to grow something that's just going to make your garden different and just going to give you a talking point and just going to make you generally happy. Because that's the point in coming out here, and especially for us desert gardeners, we're gardening in the middle of the desert when it's hot and when it's gross outside and you just don't want to be out here. There's going to be something in your garden that you look at and you say, that's going to be fun. So until next time, grow yourselves a garden, because even a small space can provide you with tons of food. Bye guys.